The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Cowboys Nation, welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign here in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Aisha Morrison, Bonnie Jill Laughlin, and Jazz Monet. How y'all doing, ladies?
Good. How about you?
Good. I feel like
Happy New Year. I didn't see you on New Year's.
Happy New Year, girl.
Oh, tater tots. We haven't seen each other.
I know.
Hello, 2025.
Be good to us, please.
Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
And the cowboy, the gods, the football gods, no injuries, please.
We're going to call on them. Absolutely. But it's the end of the year, so it's not really like it.
Yeah.
That would just be
Try
tragic.
to wait a while.
That would be horrible.
Please don't put that evil on them, Ricky Bobby.
My bad.
Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Bobby is crazy.
You are not paralyzed. Sorry.
Woo! All right, the Cowboys kicking off against the Commanders in Week 18 to wrap up la saison. See what I did there? Saison.
I'm screaming.
All right. Rematch from Week 12 where the Cowboys won in a wild fashion because it was 3-3 at half, and then all hell broke loose in the second half. Pretty fun to watch. All right. They have another chance to get back at Washington and sweep them this season, but Washington already has clinched playoff berth with a wild card game. They've won 11 games in a season for the first time since 1991, even though it makes me want to throw up.
I know, it's so weird to hear them in the playoffs.
But shout out to DQ. Shout out to DQ for going up there and taking over that program and changing the culture. But specifically, they have a quarterback that they drafted who's a rookie and playing like a vet. Let's talk about him.
Jayden
Daniels. What y'all like from him?
Everything.
I mean, his arm, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me. It's just the ability to move in and outside the pocket, the decision making. He has the it factor. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's made plays late in games and won games for them with his performance. I just think, one thing we loved about Dak when he first came in was the poise, the control. Yeah. He exemplifies that as well. And so for him to have that this young in his career, and then that shows in how he performs against the blitz and those things. Most people say like, okay, well, you just blitz a rookie. He's like, all right, like it lets you know.
He thrives against the blitz.
He reads defense as well. So that just lets you know he's committed. I think that they've done things to put people around him, clearly. Free agency and stuff.
Yeah. And
that has helped him thrive. So I love, and I'm gonna be very frank, I love seeing another black quarterback come in the league young, show that he can be a pocket passer, show he can do things outside the pocket, kind of breaking some of those, again, continue the trend of breaking a lot of those preconceived notions about those type of guys. And I think that I support what he's doing. It's hard. He's in the division. I hate it. But I love seeing young quarterbacks come in and grow.
I'm definitely a fan. And seeing that, the rookie rushing record, what he's done, athleticism, his quick release, like you said, he thrives off those blitzes and reading the defense. And he's got such like that calm and cool collective. He never seems like he gets really rattled, which I think is a lot to say when, considering he's a rookie.
Yeah, but it's like, I think he's one of those examples that you really never know what somebody's going to be until they get in the situation that they're going to be in. Because there were so many assumptions made about him and other guys in their draft class that have just been proven to be all around wrong. And when it came to him, there were some people who were saying he was going to be more disappointing than people thought he was. That, he's a rookie. Like, yeah, he's doing well in college, but he's not really going to thrive. But he's actually... I think he's gone above and beyond what a lot of people said he was going to do. A lot of people, not everybody. There were some people who got it right. But there were a lot of people who kind of just expected him to do the typical rookie thing. And his decision-making has been very impressive. And I think I saw somebody on Twitter say, like, they were quoting a tweet that said, oh my God, what a throw, or something like that. And they were like, yeah, I feel like somebody tweets this every single week about Jayden Daniels. But it's facts, though. He's been very impressive this season.
We're going to have to deal with him.
Ooh.
We're going to have to deal with him.
Yeah, how about throwing the most touchdowns in fourth quarter in NFL history?
Oh, my goodness.
It's disgusting.
Like that's
It's not really disgusting. It's actually impressive. I mean, in his mobility, all y'all talked
if he
about
wasn't
it.
in our division, I'd be like, if he's in the AFC, I may, be like,
But what were you saying?
No, his mobility. I mean, obviously he's drawn the comparisons to Lamar Jackson and the way that he's able to run the football as well. Do y'all like the fact that he's been compared to Lamar Jackson?
No.
I don't like when
I
anyone's
don't,
compared.
just because it's so early. I'm not a fan of those kind of comparisons so
am I.
early. I see where it comes from, though.
Yeah.
And to me, it's that anytime someone sees a quarterback that can do their thing in the pocket and also scramble, also run, they try to compare them to, like, there's like a group of quarterbacks.
And the
It's
players don't like that. And honestly,
He
I'll tell
said
you,
it.
being at the combine, every time I heard people be like, you've been compared to this.
Yeah, they hate
These
it.
young players don't like that. They
Yeah,
want
they don't
to
like it in
be,
the-
they want to
their
write their
own.
own story.
Right.
And also, too, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
The way he moves with the ball in his hand is like second to none. It's not normal. So I just am like, okay.
And that's the thing. It's like
but-
if it were a situation where you could like do a side by side, and it's like, oh, they run the same. Oh, their release is the same. Oh, their footwork is the same. I could see somebody being like, look at all these things. But really, it's that they're both running quarterbacks with strong arms, and that one other thing.
Bye.
It's true.
Bye.
You know it's true.
She not lying though. She not lying though.
It took me a minute to
I had the
grasp
same
that
too.
one.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
And that one important other thing.
Catching your
It's like
drift.
those three things, and it's like, oh, y'all.
But she's right.
She is absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we speaking 100 today.
That's why I say we keeping it funky today. I see.
Okay. What's something that y'all have noticed that since the Cowboys saw him in Week 12 that he's improved on the most that you've seen as of late?
It's tough to say because usually when we ask that question, we're answering a question of like, oh, this is something that they weren't good at, and now they're really
What's
good
something
at.
that he was good at
But-
that he's just gotten better at?
And that's the thing with him. I feel like his decision making has only gotten better. And I know that's kind of hard to imagine because everyone was so impressed already early in the season. But it's like you can kind of tell that, like, I think early in the season there were times where, you know, his runs were designed and he kind of had an idea of what was going, but there were also times where sometimes he did get a little frazzled. You know, the NFL defenses are faster, a little bit more aggressive than a lot of the defenses you'll see in college. And now it's like you're not seeing nearly as much of that. It like so much of what he does seems to be from a place of poise, from a place of control. So for me and the amount that I've watched him, I would say that's one of the things that I like. I don't know if that's what he's improved on the most, but that's just one of the things that I really like about him.
Oh, that's valid.
And one thing I noticed is that there was a time, I don't know what week it was, Aisha, you probably know, where it seemed like the defense have kind of caught up with them. And, you know, they were able to, DCs were kind of figure him out. And it seemed like he knew how to kind of change his game and to keep elevating and figuring it out and working on his game, because there was a time I'm like, they're
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I mean? They're starting to figure him out a little bit, and he knew how to kind
Exploit
of,
him.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think one thing that I feel like he's done better at, and the team has overall, is during that little slump, you remember like him and Terry McLaurin were just hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
What they started to do is just spread the ball around more. Like as a rookie, sometimes you do hone in on like you get stuck on one target or whatever. You're comfortable with that one target. But one thing I have noticed is his ability to finish his reads, and he's passing the ball around and distributing it to the other guys on the team. They work just, you know, kind of spamming Terry McLaurin at first. I think they've found more success spreading the ball out at this point. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, Terry's still his guy. 71% of his passes go to him. But when necessary, he is finding the other guys, and I think that's important to his growth as well. Shows that he's still patient, but going through his progressions too.
What do you take from last week? LOL.
What's that little...
What can,
Not much for us.
what had to catch myself. What can the Cowboys take from last week that they can bring into this week as far as the defense having to take on? Yeah, I know it's very hard to say, but as far as having to take on the Washington offense that's obviously playing at a very high level right now.
Well, eliminate
one thing?
turnovers. I mean, that's one thing. The
Yeah.
turnover thing was a big deal, and maybe take the ball away. I mean, play for pride, play for home field. You know,
For me, it would be
There's
the
not a lot to play
penalties.
for, but
Yeah.
there's something.
No, I agree. I would say to minimize your penalties. I mean, Dallas got killed last week. Let me go look at the exact number, but yeah, I mean, that was something that made a huge difference last week. It was 8.
I think it was 8.
It was like 8 for 69
Yeah.
or something or like that. It was something with a
Double
9.
check that, but I think it was
Carry
8.
the 2. But yeah, Dallas can definitely eliminate turnovers. This is it was 8. Yeah, this is a team that will take advantage of your turnovers, just like Philly did. So for me, and their coach turnovers, because we know what that life is like, because the same coaches is here. Anyway, so for me, it's gonna be to obviously to like Bonnie said, to not turn the ball over, but also to don't shoot yourself in the foot with your penalties. Now it's gonna be a lot of, we don't know what this game's gonna look like. It might be preseason part 2. So
That's what I was thinking.
if that is the case, maybe those. This is the last game of the season. Stuff get weird. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like guys be out there playing for incentives and bonuses and stuff. Hopefully people
stuff
play
on film.
within them. Yes, getting stuff on film. Hopefully guys
Yeah,
play within
showcase 'em.
themselves
Yeah.
and don't commit a lot of penalties
Yeah.
because they're pressing or anything like that.
Do you think they're even gonna? Oh, my bad. I didn't even give you a chance to
No,
answer.
you're good.
Do y'all think that they're gonna actually play their starters? I know that they obviously want to clinch this number 6 seed.
The Commanders or
The Commanders.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Well, they
But
lost.
there's still a lot more.
But they
football
lost
for
to
them
you.
play.
They lost to you. Like the fact that the
Yeah.
Cowboys beat them
And
before, I
DQ's
think
coming
means
back.
something. This is DQ returning.
But they
here
also
to
don't want to
Dallas,
wear down
those
their
guys.
players and have an injury, considering they could be playing the Eagles.
They're
and,
playing for seeding. They
Yeah.
gotta. They would much rather. I'm sure they would much rather
That's true.
play the Rams than
That's
who?
the-
Like the Packers, is it?
Yeah.
Whoever it is,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yo,
Packers or Eagles, yeah.
they're trying to find the safest route
Mm-hmm.
to the Super Bowl. So I'm sure that they're gonna play their guys. They might sit them, which is another reason it might take us to how aggressive they're gonna be coming out. They might want to get it over with.
And then blow out in the
First
first
half?
half. That's what we both thought. Exactly. And then it's slow.
I would
Because
be
Dallas,
sick.
because we don't know who Dallas is. We don't know yet. We don't know who's gonna start. We don't know how those things are gonna go. So it's like, if it's done with at a certain amount of time, yeah, I can see them sitting their starters at that point, resting them.
I do not like that. Oh, my bad.
I don't either. I want it to be a good game. It's the last game of the season, but
Yeah.
I didn't give you a chance to answer that last question. I'm sorry. I just kind of like.
What was the question? What did we learn from last week?
What could they bring defensively into this week?
based on what happened last week?
bye.
Because you started off with that, and now we moved on to a whole different topic. I was trying to remember.
My bad.
So, what can they bring defensively to this week?
Yes.
Um,
My bad.
You're
I
going
be
to
having that
jail.
bad too because I had to like interject because it's
You got to
okay.
think about that game.
Yeah.
She's going to jail.
My bad. She is.
no, I mean it's tough to think about what they would bring defensively that would yield results worth discussing, honestly. Like in a general sense, obviously the most common things, we want to stop the run. We want to pay attention to what's happening with Terry. As you said, he gets most of the targets, so on and so forth. So I think overall they're definitely going to have to be on their toes. They're going to have to be aggressive. I think the most important thing is going to be to do what they can, especially in terms of pass rush, to try to make Jayden Daniels uncomfortable. And I don't know the likelihood of that. I think they have the guys to be able to do that. But, yeah, I don't know. This is tough, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's tough. It's tough
Yeah.
just because like no playoffs.
Yeah. There's nothing
that.
at stake much.
There's nothing much at stake. I think
You know what I was really going through in my head? I was like, wait, who is actually going to be playing? Because
us.
there's a couple of people that I'm like, is this person on good?
I mean, I know one
There's a
thing
lot of
that they can
uncertainty.
do.
Go.
One thing.
What?
The last time these teams played, I think Dallas had some success getting to the quarterback. They were able to attack the left tackle and left guard. Their right side of their offensive line is obviously the weaker point of their offensive line. Tyler Biadasz is having a hell of a year.
Man.
Tyler Biadasz is having a hell of a year. He said, I'm going to show you. So anyway, I think one thing that Zimmer did last week, I actually broke down some film on it, was he used stunts on the edge with Chauncey Golston and Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
People are going to commit to stopping Micah Parsons. There was even a play like that. It was third down. Philly was driving. I think it was 17-7 at that point. It was 14-7, if I'm not mistaken. Dallas had the opportunity Philly had the opportunity to go score and come out in the half and get the ball. And what Mike Zimmer did, he did a stunt on the edge. He literally three offensive linemen went with Micah Parsons. He just looped Chauncey Golston around, and Chauncey Golston was able to bat that pass. That was a huge break that the Cowboys got to go into the half, only being down by 2 possessions. I think if you want to win this game, you do things like that, like find favorable matchups across their offensive line, because, baby, last week you didn't even pinch nobody.
Yeah.
This offensive line is not as good as.
Pinch nobody is crazy.
I can't say it on one side.
That's okay.
But you can. But yeah, I mean, you are going to have to get pressure on Jayden Daniels. And in getting pressure, you're going to have to finish because he's slippery. So I just thought that, you know, he's finding ways to. Mike Zimmer's been finding ways to find success. Given some of the things he did last week, it'll be perfect for this week. Attack their left tackle, attack that side because it's their weaker side, and maybe you can affect the quarterback.
The last time they played, they had 4 sacks, but Micah Parsons had 2 of them. DeMarvion Overshown had 1, and I believe it was Josh Butler who had the last one. So they're going to be without 2 of those guys.
Bless the Lord.
But again, Zimmer's been cooking since that game, actually. They were obviously at the top of the league in takeaways and getting to the quarterback. So a lot of success there. We'll see what Mike Zimmer can cook up. But we're going to switch gears. Take our first break. Up next, we're going to talk offense, the stakes that are high for Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. All right, we'll be right back with more Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, the Dallas Cowboys honor the legacy of Bob Lilly through the Bob Lilly Award presented by Ryan, awarded to the current Cowboy who demonstrates the highest level of achievement, sportsmanship, dedication, and leadership. Cast your vote now and help choose the player who best embodies the qualities that made Bob Lilly one of the greatest Cowboys of all time. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Bob Lilly and cast your vote today.
Pretty dope.
I'm very excited about that.
Ooh, sorry. I was looking at the practice report from the day that was sent out, so I was trying to like squint my eyes and see because these glasses are supposed to work, but clearly.
Bye.
Anyways, all right. For Thursday's practice, Nick Vigil, Keelan Hall did not participate. TJ Bass limited. Chuma Edoga limited. Michael Parsons limited. Mozzie Smith limited. Donovan Wilson limited. And they were all full. The rest of them were full participants. So, any questions or concerns on that practice report?
What's today?
Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Noon kickoff, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so TJ Bass moved to limited?
He was limited yesterday, too.
Is limited like He just on the cords. Was you out there?
Oh yeah, you were out there, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was out there, but I didn't.
was out
I
there?
didn't
No, I was
see what he was doing.
Yeah.
I'm just it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm sorry.
fine.
Anyway, that was my only concern. Yeah, it's not surprising. That's a pretty standard practice report at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Chuma Edoga, limited. Yeah, that's right.
What's wrong with him?
Limited. Toe still.
Baby, that toe. It's just that toe been bothering him all year.
That happens with those toe injuries.
I did. Yeah, they're nagging because those
yeah.
cleats. I'm sure. So I hope he feels better. But okay. Anyway,
Yeah. No.
standard injury report.
The standard injury report. Cooper Rush, Trey Lance, also Will. 3 quarterbacks that are looking for an opportunity to. Well, Cooper Rush has had many opportunities this year, but the rest of those guys in that room looking to show what they can do. Hopefully on Sunday, no official ruling on who will be the starting quarterback against the Commanders. But you look at what Cooper Rush has done as a starter. He was 4-4, averaged 209.6 yards per game, 11 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And you look at Trey Lance. Sorry, he's thrown 5 for 7, 22 passing yards, and 15 rushing yards this season. Obviously limited, very limited.
He's gonna have to go to the UFL.
Very.
No, I think he does, y'all. He needs to get some reps, and that's not even me being facetious. Like,
He does
if
need
really-
reps,
and
but
if
I
he
think
really-
he should go to a team that wants to develop him before he goes to the UFL.
I don't know. I think he go to the UFL. I think he'll. If you really think about it, he's not really had a lot of like reps
No, you're right.
since high school, y'all. Because then COVID, then he got hurt, and then I'm just saying, like, I just think he could excel there, and then.
If he had gone on the field and shown that he just couldn't do it, I might agree with you. But that's not the issue. He's literally not being given opportunities. And there have been several times. Mike McCarthy himself said that he regretted not putting him in that Texas game. He said himself that he regretted not giving him more drives in that last game they had. So as long as we got coaches out here talking about, yeah, we should have played Trey Lance, but we didn't, and there's going to be another time and we're going to not do it again, no. He needs to find.
But the UFL's not bad. It's not a bad thing to go to. It's to develop.
It is a lower level in terms of marketing,
level,
in terms of talent, in terms of competition, and in terms of pay.
I've watched him a lot.
I'm not going to tell a player they should go to the UFL just because coaches won't give them playing time. So either the Cowboys need to do right by him and give him reps so he can develop, or he needs to go somewhere else. Especially now that his value has lowered so much. 5th-year option out the window.
Exactly.
Like he's not about to have another year making $5 million. So like, I mean, he could go almost anywhere. Whoever says that they're willing to develop him, like for real, and actually mean it.
But what was the point of getting them? You know, in the 4th round pick, and then they're not even try.
Well,
that's what I don't get.
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it. Like, I don't have nothing to like. I know I struggle with it.
Yeah, I thought you may know what was.
I don't even know how to.
What Jerry Jones said when they did it was that they liked what they saw from him and that it was an opportunity to develop a quarterback that was drafted at that level. They're not developing.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I agree with. I hear what you're saying, Bonnie Jill, with the UFL. Yes, it does give players opportunities to become good players.
I know he's a higher level than I'm just saying the reps wise, because this poor kid has not gotten reps.
Absolutely. And it's breeded guys like a Cavante Turpin, like a Brandon Aubrey on our team. However, I agree with Jazz in the terms of this kid has not gotten any opportunity. Like, preseason does not count. And when you're putting him in games that you're obviously losing by 30.
Garbage time for 2 minutes?
2 minutes, 5 minutes.
Not to mention the lack of it's not even long enough for him to warm up.
Yes.
It's not.
It's disrespectful at that point. I think
I mean, for me, I just...
Right?
I think it also messes with his confidence.
His head.
I don't know. I'm not going to speak for him. This is my opinion. I believe that messes with your confidence, too.
Yes,
So
of
it
course
kind
it
of
does.
concerns me. Like, if he does get the start this week, where is he mentally? Yeah. Because, you've worked with these guys in practice. You've built that chemistry in practice, but you haven't gotten game reps. And he hasn't gotten really hardly any game reps in the NFL. And then for it to be at this type of stake where you're only on a 1-year deal, having to go prove yourself in one game, really? Yeah.
No, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
And when they ask McCarthy, he always says, he's ready.
Well, the Cowboys brought him in. The Cowboys brought him in because they evaluated him, and they like people they evaluate. They trust their scouting. They wanted to prove point. Like, sorry, I've seen them do it plenty of times, and I'm pretty sure they looked at him was like, this is, and I get that. It's an opportunity to get a player that was high on their board at some point in time. Right. Okay, fine. But to y'all's point, you cannot expect. I agree with what both of y'all are saying in a sense of like I don't like that they have handled him this way, because realistically, who has time to develop him?
That's true.
Don't nobody. These coaches on 1-year deals, baby. They trying to develop they real estate agents and stuff.
I'm finna kick you out this.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Developing a real estate agent.
No, that's crazy.
Your CPA.
Bro, what?
No,
But I hear you.
They're trying
That's
to
facts.
develop their resume. So they
don't
can
have
send
time.
that
No, you're
thing
not-
off in
you're
case
not
they
wrong
have
at
to. They don't have time to, and that's why
That's
we
a
saw
problem with the NFL. There's no time.
And that's why we saw them do comfort things as far as some of the guys they played and didn't play and stuff, because these guys are trying to win as much games as possible. These coaches, they are also putting their. We're talking about players putting film out there. These coaches are also putting their resume out there, and. You can't. It's probably that they went with the safest pick, which is Cooper Rush.
But
He
riddle
is
me this: they
easier.
played him so much in the preseason, Trey, and then I just don't
They,
get it.
that's,
I
I
thought
think
that
that's when there was
I don't
their,
know.
I think that's when they were giving him his shot.
Yeah.
But realistically, just like we've seen with Rico as the season has gone on, his vision, his patience, his timing, his
part.
rhythm, he is not going to be able to find that. And I'm going to do you one better. Like, I personally didn't like even how the 49ers handled him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the same
Like,
thing.
he has been, I personally feel like he has experienced a level of neglect.
He's been toyed with.
being in the NFL.
With the 49ers, once they realized that they liked Brock Purdy, which they realized long before Brock Purdy actually became the starter. That was on record. That article came out in February where one of the assistant coaches or maybe a coordinator, somebody in that building acknowledged that they were already looking at Brock Purdy to be a starter before Trey Lance ever even suffered that ankle injury. So once he got hurt, it was pretty much game over for him. They knew who they wanted, and they essentially did not care. I'm not trying to like claim that, but their attitude, their actions said that they did not care. Then
And
he
they
came
cut their
here,
losses.
and granted, Trey Lance did struggle in the preseason. I'm not trying to take that away or pretend like that didn't happen. However, even with Cooper Rush himself, how many times have we heard Schottenheimer, have we heard Mike McCarthy get behind that podium and be like, yeah, Cooper Rush is improving because our O-line is improving. Cooper Rush is improving because our running game is improving. Cooper Rush is improving because of conversations that he's had with other wide receivers and the familiarity he has with those targets now. Oh, Cooper Rush is actually getting on the same page with CeeDee Lamb. So he's had all these opportunities to do things that were needed for him to improve. But then when it comes to Trey Lance, it's like, oh, we like Cooper Rush. Like, oh yeah, everybody's ready to play, but we like Cooper Rush. We like what we've seen from him. Really? Okay, cool.
No,
It's
I
weird.
think that they had opportunities to where they could have played him in these games, giving him
Yeah.
opportunities. Honestly, baby, go Wildcat every now and then. And
Yeah.
just throw him in there. I'm very curious to see what happens with him next. I'm very curious to see, because on the other side of things, we're saying like, why isn't he playing? Why is he playing? What the coaches are saying about him being ready and stuff. Forgive me, it could just be lip service. They could just think like the kid can't play, and we're not going to.
And if we're not going to play him, we don't see a future.
And
with
we're
him with
just,
the team.
and I think that might be unfortunately
But the thing is, if
what
it is lip service, then they should find. There are so many ways to present the idea that a quarterback is struggling. You could say things like, "Oh, we like what we're seeing from him in terms of development. However,
He needs work."
we don't believe he's the best choice for this game, or we like what we're seeing from him and he's moving in the right direction. However, we don't think that he's the right fit for this offense, whatever it is." But what they've been saying is, "Oh, he's ready to play."
they kind of avoid
so if
it.
he's not ready to play, they should stop saying that.
I agree. That's why that's why we're having this conversation right now in the first place, because there's nothing conclusive.
No,
we have no idea, can he play, can he not play, what the coaches think about him, is he just not a scheme fit? We don't know nada.
I think if it weren't for him being so neglected throughout the course of his career, it might not even be a conversation, because we're not having the same conversation about Will Grier. And Will Grier was on his way to being one of the backups for the Cowboys before he was dismissed for Trey Lance, right? But people aren't as concerned because Will Grier wasn't a high draft pick. He didn't have a 20-something point whatever $1 million fifth-year option on the table. Yeah. Trey Lance did, and he's lost all of that. And
this kid
everybody's
went through
trying
COVID,
to figure
injuries,
out
and then
why.
2 teams.
He's just, I just think he is like, he's just lost in the sauce. Like, and not him.
Yeah.
He's not lost. Like his career it's been lost in the sauce because teams have prioritized other things, like y'all are saying. Like right now, the Cowboys prioritized winning. They prioritized, he's not like developing him is not something that these teams have been able to stop and do, which sucks because that's what you.
What you're describing,
job.
But what you're describing is an NFL trend. It's not just a Cowboys trend. So yes, it's their job, but it's like when you have a culture, a league-wide culture that says winning, money, microwaving these players is more
developing quarterbacks. Like no one sits behind a starting quarterback anymore. When that used to be the norm, everyone expects rookie quarterbacks to come in and be microwave and be good immediately.
A team up
it's
north
a problem.
where they had a promising quarterback who admittedly did need development, and they got him targets, but they didn't get him a new O-line, and they had him with a lame duck coach who they fired halfway through the season. Now everybody's like, why is the offense struggling? Maybe he's not what we thought he was. And I'm like, look at the situation he's in.
Yeah.
Sounds the same,
One thing I did love about the guys in the locker room is that, one, they love Cooper Rush. They love what he's done in the season this year. But no matter who starts, if it is Trey Lance, they're behind him.
They rally
100%.
behind him, yeah.
Like, they are trying to just instill that confidence in him because some of them can relate to him, like not getting the same type of opportunities as guys that are playing in front of him and playing in front of them. So I did love to hear that from some of the guys, and no names will be dropped here because I'm not doing that.
But you made a good point, Nicole, because that kid's got to have in his head now a little bit.
It
I mean, think about it. Through his whole career, think about everything he's gone through.
No, like
starting from high school after he got drafted, the COVID year, the injury. I mean, it's a lot for
the belief of
person.
your coaches means something to you, and this shows a lack of belief.
Yeah.
And again, we don't know the details. We don't know what they're saying to him, like why he's not playing, why he's not.
That's why I don't think there's anything wrong with him going to the UFL. I know you said it's a drop down, but if I knew I was Trey Lance and I knew I can go in the UFL and prove myself, and now I have a starting position, what's wrong with that?
I mean, I
know it's a drop down, but I'm just saying.
No, we can acknowledge that it's a
developmental league.
It's the worst case scenario for a lot of players. But in his situation, depending on what happens here at Dallas, I do agree. Like an NFL roster, I don't know. No one has time to develop him the way that he needs to develop. And if he's not getting that, then, I mean, that might be something that he ends up doing. But I don't want that for him. I want somebody to take them under his wing, their wing, and pour into him. But also, too, let's keep it a buck. It didn't help how they did it either. Because how you going to bring in a whole nother quarterback and you don't talk to your starting quarterback or your head coach about them? No one was informed.
No.
So who knows that Mike McCarthy was ready to develop another quarterback, because that's how it happened.
I mean, we kind of already know that they weren't prepared to do that. They were developing Will Grier. Will Grier had an incredible preseason game. That last game, that's what they had been preparing for. And that Trey Lance thing was dropped on them, the day before?
He got injured because Will Grier was outperforming Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
You remember? He was outperforming Cooper Rush. He got injured, and that's when it kind of opened up the door for Cooper Rush to retake the spot. But essentially, Jerry and those guys decided who to bring Trey Lance here.
And Jerry
was high on him too.
And with the coaching staff not agreeing to, not being ready for that, it was shocking. I remember Dak's interview. He was like, "Yeah, I was surprised." Like, and not that Trey Lance threatens him, but it's still like Mike McCarthy has his QB school and everything. Mike McCarthy's been pouring into Dak Prescott. How much time does Mike McCarthy have to pour into a quarterback that he doesn't even know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't even think a team necessarily needs to pour into him per se. Anything different than what they would normally put into a quarterback. I think he just needs reps. He needs to go to a team.
Just treat him like a regular human.
Where maybe they're rebuilding anyway, and he has an opportunity to get in there and actually lead an offense where they actually like his style of play. Because that was another weird thing about the 49ers. They started talking about Brock Purdy like, oh, he's such a good fit. And I'm like, so, and their styles are different. So I'm like, okay, so there's no way that Trey Lance was. Like, what was your plan? I don't know what it was. But he needs to go into a situation where maybe they're rebuilding. There's not so much at stake, because that was something else about the 49ers and something else about the Cowboys was that they were both looking to go to the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl. And I do think there are teams out there where they don't have those sort of expectations right now, and there will be room for him to go in, get to know his offense, get to know those coaches, and actually get reps. It doesn't have to be like this super special project and all this special stuff they don't normally do. Just give him some actual chances in an offense that makes sense for him.
The nerve of the a team comes to mind, and I'm just sitting here
Who?
thinking like the Raiders, the nerve of them, like. Y'all need help. That would be a perfect spot for him to go.
They want Shador. Yeah, they've already said that.
Where are they picking at?
Stop.
Let me go look.
I don't know, but Shador and Tom Brady are close, so
Shador might not be there.
Yeah.
Where they picking?
Where do y'all think the quarterback position ranks amongst all the other positions that need to be evaluated?
on the offense.
Mm-hmm. No, as on the team as a whole. Where would y'all
Evaluated for what purpose?
For backup, you're talking about?
for 2025?
You need to get
A lot of these guys are under contract.
Yeah,
You got
they're not.
26
Dang,
free
that's a
agents.
good
27,
question.
right?
26.
Yeah.
It's probably the least of their worries. They probably just
Yeah.
gonna say, forget it, and then just bring back Cooper Rush and go
Yes,
about their
that's
business.
what I'm thinking,
They
too.
literally
Probably.
do. It is the easy thing to do. It's the way. It's something. It becomes something they don't have to think about. It just is gonna be what it is. I personally think you can upgrade a backup quarterback. Just me. I think it's about that time. But to each their own. They're just gonna be like, Cooper Rush, you gonna play again.
I think so too.
And that's
Yeah, I
what
would
it's
say
gonna be.
defensive line is probably the area that needs the
Yeah,
most
the edge rusher.
evaluation.
It's probably the least
Or-
important.
And I like to get another wide out too.
I beg of thee.
Yeah,
I beg
they,
of
they,
thee.
they need to figure out that like wide receiver 2 on down,
Yes.
who they keeping, who's going.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's
I would
lots.
say D line and what you said, wide receiver,
This,
one of those.
This
probably.
offseason's scary, y'all. It's crucial. There's a lot.
It's finna
There's a
get
lot.
real.
Stop! I got tears in my eyes.
Stop.
Y'all start
On
talking
that
about
note,
it.
we're going to take our second break. We'll be right back with more Girls Talk, Boys Talk right after the break.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
Got some pro shop news. Golf Wing by Tyler, the creator, in collaboration with the Dallas Cowboys, is now available at select pro shops and online. Score unique apparel and accessories at pro shop near you or log on to shop.dallas.com. A Fanatics experience.
Tyler, the creator, doing what? Say it again.
What?
He's putting out a golf collection.
Yeah, a golf collection with the Cowboys.
You got to do what? You got to
Everyone's
shop for
collabing.
it?
Girl.
Yeah.
The Cowboys going to be
I
shopping.
like Tyler the Creator's collaborations, his musical ones anyway. So if this is anything like that, it should be pretty
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, I do like this music. That's why I was like, Tyler,
Yeah,
doing the
there we
what?
go.
I'm not going to lie to y'all.
It's getting sticky.
Don't judge me here.
What?
I don't listen to Tyler, the Creator.
Only song I know is the getting sticky.
Yeah,
missing
so that's
out.
what I know.
Look for the songs where he has other people featured, because like if you don't listen to him, like sometimes his solo
I
stuff
just know
can be a
the one
bit
you
much.
said, yeah.
But like the songs where he's got like other artists featured are a little bit more tempered and might be a good introduction to Tyler the Creator. So there's a song called "Thought I Was Dead" featuring Schoolboy Q, and some other people. That's
What's
a
it
good
called?
one.
Thought I Was Dead?
Yeah, "Thought I Was Dead."
Like the theme
I
song?
really like that song. Yeah. So that's a good start.
Thought I was dead.
Thought I Was Dead. It's like theme song of their show with the game. With this game coming up. Sorry.
Bonnie, that was so dark.
I know. Did you I
That was like up here.
No, I texted my dad, and I said, "Oh my God, President Jimmy Carter died." He goes, "Yeah, and the Cowboys did too." It was right after the game.
Oh my God.
I said, "Dad."
Wow.
The door. Nicole sending you
I
to
said,
the door.
"Dad, you can't say that." He was mad.
The door. On that note,
Alexa
fine.
Thought I Was Dead by Tyler the Creator featuring Schoolboy Q.
I'm crying. Actually,
That's Jazzy's fault. She made me think of it.
I feel like it's time.
Uh-oh. What is this?
It's time. Y'all know what time it is?
Is
So
it?
we listen and we don't
I was
judge.
about to say, she's gonna make us do it.
All right. No, I'm not gonna do it. My bad. All right. So
We're not gonna do it?
we're doing it.
I've never
she's
done
not-
this.
So you know
Is this a Friday
the
show?
trend? It's like we listen and we don't judge. We
gotta
all gotta
say
say
it
it together. And then you gotta say like this bold statement
Oh, no. I've done a lot of bold
about the
ones
Cowboys.
already. Trey Lance
It could be
UFL.
about the matchup. It could be about the team, the status of the team. It can be about a player individually. It could be about the coaching staff. I don't care.
Don't tempt me.
It just gotta be
Oh,
bold.
there's so much. Okay. Bold.
All right. Yeah. All right, y'all ready?
I don't want to start, so.
It don't matter.
Aisha.
I'll do the little spin thing.
Oh.
Hold on, that don't count.
No, that doesn't count.
How you gonna say don't count because it pointed at you?
Yeah, good. It's Jazz. Or Nicole, one of y'all.
I gotta go.
It might
Alright, here
take
we
me
go.
a second to think of one.
All right, let me think.
Yeah,
Let me think.
same.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
We listen and we don't judge.
I really didn't think this through. I'm gonna go.
The gulp was
Sorry, the Cowboys. The Cowboys are. I'm gonna do 2 actually. I'm gonna do 2. Sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah, okay, there we go. The Cowboys are gonna beat the Commanders at home
I like that.
Okay.
by 3. But my second one is the Cowboys are going to prioritize signing Rico Dowdle
Oh, I like that.
this
Oh,
offseason.
We listen.
We listen and we don't
Oh, sorry.
judge.
I was agreeing. Yeah, I like it.
Who wants to go?
Aisha.
We listen and we don't
Yeah,
judge.
y'all
sister.
do the sound. Do
We don't
do it.
judge.
Yeah, I got one.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge.
Somehow, some way, the Cowboys ain't gonna be able to move the ball, and they gonna take Brandon Ivorytail out there, and he finally gonna get to kick that 70 million yard field goal, and he gonna make it.
You say somehow, some way, like we haven't seen what happens when they can't move the ball.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I guess it might be different since, like, if we still have the ball to kick it, that means it wasn't given to the
And it's
defense.
gonna be inside.
Good point.
He's gonna finally make it before
What's the
end of
yardage
season.
that he gonna kick?
I think what's the longest one? 70?
58.
58?
Yeah, because it
58.
was
For
under
him
Tucker.
or
For him.
NFL record?
Oh no, you're
No,
talking
because
about
Tucker
I'm
has
talking about the record.
The record is
the
66.
record.
ain't it?
There you go.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Brandon's.
But all
Yeah.
season, people been wanting to see him hit a 70. I remember,
Yeah.
like,
And
can he hit a 70?
And he kicked it. It had enough leg on it, but
Yes.
it was outside.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I say that happens
Let's get that 70
inside
yarder.
at AT&T Stadium.
And maybe that's how they'll win by 3.
3.
Yeah, there we go. It's all coming together.
We listen and we
We
don't
don't
judge.
judge.
Who going? It's out of y'all two.
Okay. I'm going to stay with Rico. What is he? 269 yards, shy of 1,000 yard season, isn't it something?
Oh,
like
he
that?
got
No,
a
he made
1,000.
it.
He
He made
killed
it.
that.
He killed it last
Yeah,
week.
last week.
Is it last week that he? Okay, so he'd be 1,000. Okay, I say he's going to go for another 100 yards.
Okay.
Okay, because they're going to establish that run, and they're going to beat the Redskins by 7.
Okay.
And then for going into next season, they're going to get their S together, and they're going to maybe play some part in the free agency,
and stuff.
and they're going to win the division, and they're going to get to the NFC Championship.
That's
That-
a lot of faith.
I know.
The division
Wait,
never.
we don't judge.
We don't judge.
In
We
fairness, the
listen and we don't
division
judge.
never repeats here.
Yeah.
I mean,
we haven't
I
had
have
a
more
repeated one
faith
in a
in
long
that
time.
than
So I'm
the
just-
Cowboys actually doing something
I just think that
different.
this is like a wake-up call, y'all. So I think they're gonna.
I hope so.
I know you're looking at me all crazy. but
No,
yeah.
we listen and we
That's
don't
a good one.
judge.
No, I believe
We
it.
listen and
We listen and we don't
Yeah.
judge.
We listen.
Go.
Cooper Rush gonna have like 5 interceptions.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no, that's a bad
Again?
one.
That was dark.
Yeah,
Why is that dark?
We listen and we don't judge.
We don't.
Can't judge. Our brain go directly to judge.
Judging.
My brain immediately was like,
That was my-
I try to get
Can't
super
judge.
positive
My bad.
judgment.
listen
bad.
and we don't judge.
We ain't said it together, y'all. We
We
listen and we don't judge.
judge.
Okay, so it's
Except
5.
immediately after a take,
I'm
apparently.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, keep going. Do you have more to it? Like then Trey Lance is gonna come in and like change it up.
Yeah, you know what? That's a
How
good
about
one. Trey Lance is gonna get a touchdown pass.
Yeah, he
tomorrow.
comes in second half and changes it up.
That's good.
Not tomorrow. What am I saying? This weekend.
It's a lot.
I had another one, but
Go.
Go.
We listen
And
and we don't judge.
yes, I think we finally see Deuce Vaughn active after.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It's been 30 them days. I'm thinking now. It's been forever.
I have another one
Has
then.
been.
Jonathan Mingo's going to get a couple targets, and finally we can see what he can do and get in the end zone.
We ain't gonna know what that man is till next year. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm judging
Well, I
you,
mean,
sister.
where is he?
We ain't gonna know what he is. We ain't gonna know nothing about that man. Till
That's what I'm saying.
Till
Can,
four-
can
till
we,
four is
can
back
we
there.
figure out what's going on with
he
him?
gonna be there for decoration until we find out. He needs a quarterback. He needs a real
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not a route
That
runner.
chemistry
around.
is important. Like
Yes.
like they just dropped him in the offense.
Yeah.
They did.
So like give him some time to marinate.
Like Survivor.
Well, let's hope the Cowboys tighten up in the season.
It was a fun show.
It's gonna be.
fun.
I
I
had
think
fun
the
this
game
show.
is gonna be more competitive than what we think.
I hope
I think so too.
Yeah.
Because even those guys that, if they do make it a glorified preseason game, those guys trying to
Yeah.
make their money too. So
Absolutely.
I think it'll be a
gonna play
competitive game.
hard.
It's just hard to predict because we don't know who's going to be on the field.
We don't know anything. It's
But
a 12 o'clock kick
whoever
too.
it is,
So the sun
it's
could
gonna
be
be
a
a game
thing
worth
too. The sun could be a factor. So wear your shades.
you know who I miss.
That was some shade. All right, it's time to go. For Aisha Morrison, Jazz Monet, Bonnie Jill Laughlin, I'm Nicole Hutchison, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Bye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!